Hello dear student, myself Kanchan Vishramji Kumbalkar, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry of Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. I am here to teach you about the electrochemistry, which is a part of MSc first year, second sem, paper 7, Physical Chemistry 2. It's a 4th unit and it's my second lecture on electrochemistry. So let's start. This is the overall syllabus. Some parts has been completed in previous first lecture. It is about the corrosion. So let's start. The next point is that the overall detailing of the type of corrosion, that is dry corrosion and wet corrosion. Now, types of corrosion. There are basically, on the basis of working condition, there are two types of corrosion. First one is the dry corrosion and second one is the wet corrosion. Dry corrosion means what? When there is a directly attack of air or chemical on the metal and the corrosion occurred, then that type of corrosion is known as the dry corrosion. And dry corrosion are further divided into three different types of corrosion. First one is the oxidation corrosion. Oxidation corrosion means when the oxygen from that of the air is responsible for that of the corrosion, then it is known as the oxidation corrosion. Second one, liquid metal corrosion. When the metal is in a contact with the liquid metal and the corrosion occurred, then that type of corrosion is known as the liquid metal corrosion. And it has been occurred in industries where the metal has been melted at a high temperature and flow from that of the another metal tubes, then that type of corrosion is known as the liquid metal corrosion. Third is corrosion by other gases. There are so many gases in atmosphere like SOx, NOx, etc. If these gases are responsible for the corrosion of metal, then it is known as the corrosion by other gases. So basically, there are two types of corrosion. First one is the dry corrosion, another is the wet corrosion. Dry corrosion further divided into oxidation corrosion. The reason of oxidation corrosion is oxygen in air. Liquid metal corrosion means when the melted liquid flow from above the surface of metal and the corrosion occurred, then it is known as the liquid metal corrosion. And third one is the corrosion by other gases other than oxygen, CO2, SOx, NOx, etc. If these gases are responsible for corrosion, then that type of corrosion is known as the corrosion by other gases. Now let's move toward the second point, that is wet corrosion. Wet corrosion are further divided into two types of corrosion. First one is the galvanic corrosion and it is also known as the bimetallic corrosion. And second one, differential aeration, or it is also known as the concentration cell corrosion. We know that what is the basic difference between dry corrosion and wet corrosion. In dry corrosion, there is a direct attack of chemical like oxygen, other gases or some liquid chemicals on metal and corrosion occurred. There is no separation of anode or cathode. There is no formation of anode or cathode takes place here. But in a wet corrosion, there is always a anode and cathode formation takes place, and on anode oxidation process takes place, means on anode always the corrosion takes place and cathode always get protected. Now wet corrosion, galvanic or bimetallic corrosion, and second one is the concentration cell corrosion, which has been detailed studied in this lecture. Now in detailing dry corrosion. Dry corrosion takes place due to the direct action of atmospheric gases like CO2, SO2, oxygen and so on. So there are basically three types of dry corrosion. First one is the oxidation corrosion, and it takes place because of direct attack of oxygen on metal. It occurs in absence of moisture and it mostly occurs at an ordinary temperature. So oxidation corrosion because of the oxygen metal, absence of moisture, and at an ordinary temperature. These are the speciality of oxidation corrosion. Now, its mechanism. Oxygen presence in the atmosphere attack the metal surface. So, hence there is a formation of metal oxides. Now, for example, suppose we have a metal. Metal, it is in a solid phase. Suppose we have a iron. Iron rod is placed in an atmospheric condition. So that metal exists in a solid condition, but when it is in a contact with oxygen, this metal gives a oxidation, means it loses the electron and formation of a positive ions. The number of electron, the number of electron loses, that is nothing but the charge on that metal, and because of it loses the electron, hence metal gain a positive charge. So there is a formation of metal ion from that of the solid metal, and this is nothing but a deterioration or that of the destruction of metal. And this electron which has been ejected from that of the metal has been accepted by the atmospheric oxygen, and there is a formation of O2 negative. So this is the oxidation process, this is the reduction process, and the overall this is the redox reaction, that is formation of the metal oxides as a final product, that is deterioration or corrosion product. And this procedure is occurred because of the presence of atmospheric oxygen, hence it is known as the oxidation corrosion. When oxidation starts, a thin layer of oxides film will be formed on the surface, and the nature of film decides the further action. For example, if we take an example of iron rod, there is a corrosion takes place, and if you scratch it, the metal oxides or the iron oxides has been removed from that metal, and again the corrosion process has been successively takes place. This is nothing but a oxidation corrosion. Next one, that is liquid metal corrosion. When a liquid metal is allowed to flow over solid metal at a high temperature is called liquid metal corrosion. When liquid metal allowed to flow over solid metal at a high temperature, obviously metal required a high temperature to melt it, hence at a high temperature when one metal is flowing through the surface of another metal, and due to which what happened, the corrosion takes place, that type of corrosion is nothing but a liquid metal corrosion. And due to this, the solid metal gets weak. For example, in nuclear reactor, sodium metal is used as a coolant, and it leads to the corrosion of cadmium. Cadmium rods has been used for the moderator purpose, and because of the presence of that liquid sodium, the cadmium rod is started to get corroded. Next and third one, corrosion by other gases. We know there is the oxidation corrosion, means because of the presence of oxygen present in atmosphere, there is a corrosion takes place. But there is another type, other than that of the oxygen gases are present. Some gases react with a certain metal and form a protective or non-protective layer on metallic surface. And due to chemical combination of metal with gaseous metals, it gives a corrosion, it undergoes the corrosion. And this extent of corrosion depend upon two things. First one is what is the nature of environment, and second one, what are the nature of oxide film form. Because there are various four types of stable type of oxide layer form, unstable, volatile. If volatile is there, then rate of corrosion is very high as compared to the stable oxidizing film formation. So on the basis of what kind of film of oxides layer has been formed, it also determines the rate of corrosion in a presence of other gases. So these are the different three types of dry or chemical corrosion. Remember, dry or chemical corrosion, it is having two words, chemical corrosion. because of the chemical attack, the corrosion occurred, and that type of corrosion is known as the chemical corrosion. Now let's move toward the next point, that is the galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion, it is a type of electrochemical or weight corrosion. In galvanic corrosion, it is also known as the bimetallic because there are the two different metals are in contact with the corrosion condition or inner presence of electrolyte takes place. Hence, the corrosion occurred. Hence, such type of corrosion is also known as the bimetallic corrosion. But if only same type of a single rod of the same metal, if it is placed and it also gives a galvanic corrosion, in that case some part of that rod is act as an anode and some part is act as a cathode. But there is a necessity to form a anode and cathode, and there is a flow of electron takes place, and then there is a corrosion process takes place, and that type of corrosion is known as the galvanic corrosion or bimetallic corrosion. It is a type of electrochemical process. Now, what are the galvanic corrosion? Suppose we immerse two metal in an electrolyte solution, and due to the difference of electrode potential of these two dissimilar metal, one metal is act as an anode and another metal is act as a cathode in this couple. Which metal act as an anode and which metal act as a cathode is depend upon the electrochemical series. Now, this is the specific galvanic cell. Here we connect the zinc rod with that of the copper. Copper having minus reduction potential in electrochemical series as compared to the zinc. Hence, when you put a zinc in contact with the copper in presence of electrolyte, zinc is act as an anode by itself, and the copper is act as that of the cathode. And if the anode cathode has been decided, then on anode always oxidation takes place, means the corrosion takes place on anode always, and cathode remain protected. Now, what is the chemical reaction or what is the mechanism takes place? Obviously, we know that in galvanic cell, one is anode, another is cathode. Another statement is that on anode always oxidation process takes place, means corrosion occurred on anode, and on cathode there is a reduction process takes place. Now, what are the reaction takes place? Now, this zinc rod is deep in a ZnSO4. There is a porous disc which allow the ion only to flow through this porous disc. And next one, there is a copper rod which is immersed into the CuSO4. In both, the SO4 negative is a common ion. Hence, there is a common ion effect has been followed here. Now, this zinc which is in a solid phase get dissolved into the Zn2 positive ion with a loss of 2 electron. So there is a loss of 2 electron, and this 2 electron flow through this and transfer to that of the copper, and this copper abstract the Cu2 positive atom from this CuSO4 and give a 2 electron to this 2 Cu2 positive and get deposited as a Cu solid on this copper rod. And on zinc anode, the oxidation takes place because this solid zinc dissolve as a Zn2 positive with the loss of 2 electron, and the loss of electron, it is nothing but a oxidation process. And this 2 electron has been transferred toward the copper, and copper donate that 2 electron, accepting that 2 electron and given to the Cu2 positive ion and get converted into as a Cu solid, Cu as a solid, and formation of that of the Cu2 positive get converted into Cu solid, and the copper has been deposited on this copper rod. and time by time this zinc rod has been get deteriorated, it get destructed, and this copper quantity has been get enhanced. There is a deposition of copper takes place here, and such type of cell is known as the galvanic cell, and such type of corrosion is known as the galvanic corrosion. So one more time, this is the zinc rod which is in a solid phase. Here a copper rod with a solid phase. It is connected to the zinc. Because of the electrochemical series, zinc acts as an anode, and always remember, on anode oxidation process takes place, means loss of electron takes place. And finally the copper, because of the zinc is act as an anode, cathode act as a copper act as a cathode, and cathode remain protected during the corrosion process. Now this zinc which is in a solid phase dissolve in a ZnSO4 and get converted into Zn2 positive ion with a liberation of 2 electron. That 2 electron has been given to that of the copper rod, which accept this Cu2 positive ion, accept 2 electron and converted into the copper as a solid with a deposition of copper metal on the copper rod. And by means of this, the zinc rod get deteriorated time by time, and this procedure is known as the galvanic corrosion. So always remember, in galvanic corrosion there is the one metal act as a cathode, another act as a anode. One is act as an anode, another is act as a cathode. There is a formation of anode and cathode in the presence of electrolyte, and there is a flow of electron takes place. The one metal donates electron, it get oxidized, means the corrosion takes place on that metal. And one metal act as an anode with respect to the other on the basis of electrochemical series. So this is all about the galvanic cell. Now this is the one another example, that is aluminium and steel. Aluminium act as an anode, steel here act as a cathode. Therefore deterioration takes place and the electron flow like this. Now the next type of weight corrosion or galvanic weight corrosion or electrochemical corrosion is concentration cell corrosion. Now suppose we take a one beaker and in that we take a highly concentrated NaCl solution and you dip a zinc rod in that solution. Now this rod, which is the same metal, only one type of metal has been used here. There is no dissimilar metal has been used here. We used only a zinc rod. But some of the zinc rod is deep in a solution and some part of the zinc rod is in a contact with fully aerated, or it is in a contact with oxygen. In this part there is a minimum oxygen contact, maximum chemical contact. There is a maximum NaCl solution is contact in this area, and in this area the zinc rod is highly aerated. There is a maximum oxygen has been supplied to here. Hence this rod is a more oxygenated part and hence act as a cathode. And below the line where the water line is there, below that line there is a huge difference. Means if we are considering this much metal line, above which the quantity of oxygen is very high and below which the oxygen quantity is very less or neglected, then this area is act as a anode. If there is a declaration of anode and cathode takes place, once there is a anode and cathode has been formed, the corrosion process started. But in this case, the corrosion started because of the difference in concentration of air or because of the presence of concentration of chemical. Means on this rod the NaCl is in a continuous contact. Above this there is no contact of NaCl solution. Hence because of the difference in concentration of air or the solvent, the corrosion takes place. and such type of corrosion is known as the concentration cell corrosion. So remember, there is a simple single rod, same type of metal has been used, but because of the different condition, here there is a NaCl solution has been there. The rod has been deep into the NaCl solution, and above the water line, the zinc rod is highly aerated. There is a maximum oxygenated part is there, which is act as a cathode because of there is a different treatment to the same rod below the solution and above the solution. Hence, because of the difference in concentration, it is act as a anode and cathode, and hence the corrosion occurred, and such type of corrosion is known as the concentration cell corrosion. And the chemical reaction is occurred the same. If it is considered this zinc rod, oxygen is exist, hence there is a acceptance of electron, means the procedure takes place is a reduction, and this zinc rod donate an electron and formation of the Zn2 positive ion from that of the solid metal of zinc, and this is known as the oxidation process. So oxidation and reduction, that is redox reaction occurred, and the corrosion occurred on a less oxygenated part, means this type of corrosion is known as the concentration cell corrosion. So this is all about the different types of wet and dry corrosion. In next lecture, we will see about the next part. Up to then, study hard, take care, be safe, stay safe. Thank you very much.